Hello again, this is Jason at Empower PT, and in today's video we're going to be looking at the lead hook. As part of this I'm going to explain the mechanics of the hook, and what I'm also going to do is give certain exercises for you beginners out there who are learning how to hook. I'm also going to give certain tips for you pros out there in order to perfect the hook. For some of the pros out there, maybe the hook isn't your best punch, and hopefully certain things I cover in the video will help you to perfect that punch. So let's explain the mechanics of the hook using a little bit of physics. I've got a standard ruler right here. Now, if you look, this here is where the center of rotation is. So, center of rotation. So that would be your shoulder, your hips. The end here would be where your fist is. If you store the energy in your hips by turning, so if you notice I'm bending it here, and holding the hand back, and then releasing, there is more speed and power in this motion than there is by me doing this. So understand this stored energy. Literally is what we're trying to do with the hook. So literally, even on a short hook, you get close, there's power in this. Grab a pole, a broomstick, literally put it across your back. And what I want you to do is rotate. Just rotate. Try to make your hand line up with the point of attack. And rotate. And rotate. And rotate. And rotate. You should feel some stretching in your obliques. This is where the stored energy is. So what I'm going to do is do it in a boxing stance. I'm going to do it in my boxing stance. I'm going to face you in my orthodox position. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to wind my lead hook. Remember, my lead hook will be this hand. Across over here. And I can feel a stretch in my oblique. And I release. I turn it back. I feel a stretch in my oblique. And I release. Stretch in my oblique. And release. Let's do that again. This time you can watch me. So southpaws. I've got my back to you for this one. So lead hand for southpaws, be in the right hand. I want you to pull it all the way back here. You feel a stretch in your oblique. And relax. Pull it all the way back here. And relax. Store the energy in your oblique. And relax. I'll do orthodox stance. So rotate all the way back. I feel the energy stored in my oblique. I relax. Pull it all the way back. This hand here. And relax. One more time. And relax. So what you should feel, particularly in your lead oblique, so if you're right-handed, you'll feel it in your right oblique. If you're left-handed, you'll feel it in your left oblique, is the stretch, the stored energy. As it stretches, you swing around. We want that. This is not about brute force. This is about stored energy and releasing. Like an elastic band, we want it to release so it pops when it lands. So now you understand the mechanics, let's put this together into a punch. So I'm going to do firstly 1 minute for the southpaws. So your lead hand being your right hand. I want a 90-degree angle here to the fist. I want you to turn this 90 degrees, so from here across there, 90 degrees. You're going to go into your stance. I'm going to go a little bit forwards. Rear hand on chin, absolutely. I want you to pull it all the way back. Keep it at 90 degrees. You should feel the stretch of the obliques. And swing it. Pull it all the way back. And swing it. Pull it all the way back. And swing it. For the orthodox fighters, I'm orthodox. Put your left hand up. 90-degree angle, so from fist down to the elbow. 90 degrees here, so I turn it down. So 90 degrees there and across. Right hand on chin. I'll go forwards. And we can pull it all the way back. And turn. Pull it all the way back. And turn. Pull it all the way back. I'm feeling the stretch in my oblique here. And turn. One more time. And turn. Obviously, guys, you wouldn't punch like that. This is purely an exercise to get you used to it, to get you thinking We're making the exercise bigger than what you will actually do when you do actually hook. So a couple of tips with this particular exercise that you're doing. Firstly, the rear hand must stay on the chin at all times. Glue it there. There's nothing worse than hooking and your hand's low and you get caught with a hook around that side while you're throwing a punch. So glue this to your chin. Same principle. Elbow there, 90 degrees, pull it all the way back, turn and bring it around. So for this camera angle, I would say the southpaws, do a mirror image of me. Literally 90 degrees, turn, swing it. Do not pass the midline. This is the midline. Do not pass it. Do not go through the midline. Okay? The reason for that, and I know this firsthand, when I used to box, I used to punch past the midline. And what happens is if you don't hit the target and you miss, and let's say they duck underneath, you've now turned your back on your opponent. So now they can come over the top with a punch. Also, you waste from there to there is a waste of movement. Once I throw past this point, I'm wasting time. I could have another punch on the way to you. So once I get here, I could have another punch on the way to you. Anything past there means there's a bit of a delay in the next punch over here having its way to you, okay? So do not punch past the midline. So remember, so southpaws, mirror image with me, 90 degrees. So we're exaggerating here. We're exaggerating for practice purposes. Turn it all the way back and swing. All the way back and swing. So you feel the oblique stretch. I'll go back a little bit so you can see my feet. So southpaws, mirror image of me, and swing to the midline. Turn it around and swing. Keep everything 90 degrees, just for practice purposes. For orthodox, same thing. So mirror image with me, hand on chin, put elbow out, 90 degrees, turn and swing. Turn, so I'm raising my heel here, and swing. So keeping a mirror image of me for the orthodox guys. Turn it and swing. Do not punch past the midline. Like I said, this is anything over here is a waste. Because once I land here, I could have another punch on my way to you. Okay? So what I would advise you to do is for the next week, practice that particular motion. So literally getting the hand up high, 90 degrees, hand on chin, turning, and remember what I said about the obliques, start the turn first, and you'll see the line here, you see the line on my tracksuit bottoms, and then this hand will swing around afterwards. So if you watch it slowly, what it will look like is me loading it up, turning, the arm still trailing behind, this has come level with you, and the arm trails just afterwards. But we're trying to create the same whiplash effect that we had with the ruler. Literally turn it, swing, and then swing around with this. So a slight delay between this, the hand, and the line on my trousers. So literally, practice it. Bring your arm all the way up 90 degrees, swing it, make it bigger than it needs to be. In a boxing match, you won't do it as big, but for practice purposes, so that your subconscious takes it in, we're making it bigger. So literally, same thing here. If I turn it, I start the turn with my waist, the tension builds up here, and this follows through. You must feel the tension. You must have your hand on your chin, you mustn't punch past the midline, but you must feel the tension here for practice purposes. Literally, turn it, swing. Swing. I don't care, keep it high if you want. Practice this motion. Practice it. Turn the waist first, the arm will come just after. Waist first, arm comes just after. Same thing on this side. Waist first, arm comes after. Obviously hand on chin. Practice it, the same motion. As you get better at it, start bringing the hand back to your chin. So literally, hit it, bring it back. Turn, elbow up, swing it wide, bring it back to your chin. Turn, elbow up, I'm exaggerating guys. Turn it, bring it back to your chin.